Hey, can you guys hear me? Is the audio okay for you guys? There's gonna be a little bit of a lag though. Everything's good? Okay. Alright, so basically all I'm going to be doing is just trying to flip like items that are going to get dumped in bulk. So basically it's kind of like referred to as like bot dump investing, but it's really like item dump investing. So basically the majority of the player base is heading off tonight, and there's not going to be a lot of buyers throughout the middle of the night. So it's going to be mostly sell offers, and I'm going to try and get some of those offers at a low cost. And then when it comes till tomorrow morning, when the player base comes back, I'm going to try and sell back for a profit. And that's basically the concept. And if you guys have any questions, just let me know, and I'll try to go over them the best I can. Okay. So I'm going to be looking at the high volumes tool here. Make sure I don't have any filters set. Okay. Everything looks good. A lot of people selling this. One of Zamrock's. Jeez. It's a pretty big spike. That's a really big spike. And I tried getting it so that you guys could see the mouse, but I couldn't set that up correctly. I'm sorry about that, guys. Let's see. And when I'm looking at these graphs, this one's already kind of like peaking much higher than it's ever been in the past, which is kind of making me a little bit worried. But when I'm looking at the shorter time frame, I want to see between the two different lines, the red and blue line, to see what kind of the margins they're kind of facing off, and I'm going to try and make my investment based on that. So within a week, that's a pretty big gap. It's a lot of sell offers too. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and try and invest in this item, but given its current price point right now, since it's hitting like its peak, I'm gonna try and invest even lower than what the graph is showing. So I'm not gonna put an offer for this amount, and if I'm able to get it for lower than that, then it's kind of like a safe bet, just in case it kind of tanks on me the next day. Okay. Let's do one of Zamrock. Hey, Grace. Okay. Just looking at this graph again. And I'm going to try and spread out my investments too. So I'm going to try and use up all 6 slots. If you guys watched my previous stream, then I'm going to try and like diversify my investments as much as I can. So if one item doesn't do so well, I still have other items that I can bank on in case like one of them tanks on me. And I'm kind of worried about this one tanking on me. I'll invest in 300 of these, which is almost $1 million. Not too hopeful that those are going to buy though, but I'd rather stay on the safe end of that. I mean, if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask. This is a good opportunity to ask me about, anything that you guys don't understand with the charts, tools, filters, whatever. So a lot of people are buying this. It's tanking pretty hard though. It's like the opposite of the wine. Just want to see real quick what this is used for. Ranging potion. I don't know. That's really low. Hey, why is it that sometimes when I click on day, it doesn't come up in hours, but in days? You probably need to do a hard graph refresh. So if you just click on options here and you click on force graph reload, then it'll reload the graph for you, and that might fix the error that you're facing. Let's see what the ranging potion's like though, how that's faring. So we'll click on the 3 dose. So this is going up in value, at least short term. So if the potion, the unfinished potion, is going down in value, but the finished result is going up, then I think this is going to be a safe bet. Let's see. Yeah, raging potion. And the wine of Zamrock. Okay, so it must be the wine of Zamrock that's raising in value. So it's kind of balanced actually. No problem. Move. I don't know how to pronounce your name. I'll just call you Move, if that's okay with you. So since the wine of Zamrock is increasing in value, but not the dwarf reed potion, I'm kind of skeptical. But there's a lot of people buying it, so it's obviously in high demand. Let's see. And then any time frame that I'm looking at, it pretty much shows that it's always in demand compared to the amount of people selling it. I mean, if I can get a fair price like that, I wouldn't have a problem. Let's see though. Those are some pretty big gaps, actually. Okay, yeah, I think I'll invest in this one as well. So again, I'm just gonna be looking at the different price points between the red and blue line, or just the high and low point. And I'm also looking down here as well, the overall high and low, to see what it's kind of faring like this past 24 hours. Yeah, I think I'll invest in this, but I'm obviously gonna lowball it. It's possible it'll go up in value again in the future, but the one of Zemrocks are kind of like balancing that out. So I don't know. But the margins are there, so it might be worth the risk. Let's see. I'm gonna go really low on this. Obviously you guys can't see this now, but if the transaction does flip, I make all of the flips on this account public, which I'll show you guys right after I buy this. But let's see, we'll invest about 1,000 of this, so it's almost 1 million, or about 1 million. Okay, and then so what I'm referring to, since you guys can't actually see what I'm doing, is if you go to the leaderboards and click on merchanting logs, these are all the transactions that anyone wants to make public, and I make all of the flips on that account public for you guys to view. So let's scroll down. So then these were last week's flip, the last stream that I did, all the way down to the Tanzanite Fang. So some of them did okay, and then others did, a lot better. The Dragon Scale Dust was obviously the big moneymaker there. So you guys can always check that out. If you guys, because I know you guys can't see the actual price points that I'm putting in the stream, you guys can follow up later on to see what the end result was. And one of the first things, I know you guys can't actually see what I'm doing, but one of the first things I'm looking at is the buy and sell quantity. So if there's a higher volume of people trying to sell this as opposed to buying it, then it's something that I don't want to flip. Because people are trying to get off their hands and there's not that many buyers trying to invest in them, then it's going to be harder for me to get it off my hands as well. So the Empling jar right here is an example of that, which is showing like a red value here, which is a negative buy-sell ratio. So that would be something to avoid when you're looking at these tables. And then the green, these columns here that are green are showing you items that are easier to flip. So like basically a positive buy-sell ratio. Let's see. I don't know. That also has a pretty big gap. I don't think I'm gonna be able to flip it for that though. That's pretty skewed. Hey Sharon. No, there's nothing there to make. I might go to just the suggested items. Gilded chain body. So for the most part, when I see a spike like this, I'm just avoiding that. It's kind of like a one-off trade. It's not going to be sustained for a long period of time. Hey, Anti. I'm going to actually look at the other gilded items. Let's see. Let's look at the plate body. Similar margins. I think I'll actually flip this. Yeah, I'll invest in this. And with this item, I really like cosmetic items, or kind of like clue scroll items. Their trade volume is low, so generally these items are gonna they take a little longer to flip for the kind of margins that I'm looking for. But with the low trade volume, that kind of gives you that room to kind of create those margins if you're patient enough. Or you can flip them in a quicker succession for a smaller margin as well. But yeah, I'll try and invest in this. Okay. And again, even though I'm not scrolling down here, I'm also looking at these values as well. Okay. And so I have 8 million to work with, and I've already taken up 2 slots. I think